It is 2 o'clock and this is my first time getting out of bed for the day. Not even 2 o'clock, it's almost 3 o'clock. Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Taylor, founder and designer of NYGC by Taylor, or Not Your Grandma's Crochet, and I am going through it. So if you haven't been keeping up with the Vlogmases, which you should, you will know that I currently have Miss COVID. I am going on almost 2 weeks of having COVID. It was not fun at the beginning. It wasn't fun in the middle, and now we're at the end, and it's extra not fun. The way I would describe it, if you've never gotten COVID, is like, first off, your body is like in agony. Like, your body is just like, oh man, I feel really sick. And then you're like, wow, this is the most sick I've ever felt in my entire life. And that goes on for like 5 days. And then you have this false sense of hope because your body is like, you know, like, I think I'm getting better now. That was false hope. Then you have about 2 to 3 more days of feeling the worst that you've ever felt in your entire life. And then you have about 3 more days of healing from feeling the worst you've ever felt in your entire life. And then when you think, okay, it's my time to shine, I think I'm about to feel better. No, you have more false hope, because what you thought was you feeling better was actually your brain catching up to your body. I'm really over being sick. And now it's like my body is starting to feel a whole lot better, but mentally it's like I might as well still be unable to get out of bed. Like, I'm just so over it. But I will say, one thing that is really fun is the fact that like in the past I haven't always been watching Vlogmas. I think I've been watching Vlogmas maybe for the past 3 or 4 years. Yeah, probably right around COVID. That's probably when I first started really watching Vlogmas. And you know, I would watch it, and you know, then we get around like day 12 to 13 and start to get really unhinged, and I wouldn't understand it. I'd be like, can these people not get themselves together to film and upload every single day for 24 days? Like, how hard could it be? I'm understanding now. I wouldn't say that it is hard necessarily. It is mentally taxing, especially if this is not your only thing that you have to do, and especially if you get COVID in the middle of it. I mentioned this yesterday, but the coffee machine that I personally have is the Keurig iced. I do like it very much. These dishes need to be washed real bad. It's pretty straightforward. The main difference between this and like a regular Keurig, I guess, is that it has like a special little ice button. So like it still brews the coffee hot, but it theoretically cools it down as it hits the ice. I will say it is different than if you just brew like an 8-ounce or 12-ounce cup. I will also say that it does make a difference if you use like a iced pod. I only recently tried this like at the end of November, and this taste is a lot stronger. I mean, the other pods do work, but they are not as strong. I really like coffee. I specifically really like iced coffee. I could drink iced coffee anyway, even black. Hot coffee, no, hot coffee is just not. And this is espresso or like coffee beans. I just prefer iced. It's more palatable in my opinion, and flavorful. I feel like the heat really disturbs the flavor of like the really tasty flavor, because then you have to get past the fact that it's hot. These vitamins really are the best. If I could take like 4, I would. The other essentials are a protein shake of some sort. The Premier Protein ones are really good, but I've actually really liked these just generic Kroger brand ones. Caramel Macchiato International Delight. 10 out of 10. Very delicious, and it's gluten-free. See, there's still a pretty good amount of ice in there. And I didn't even put as much sugar. To finish it off, add a few more ice cubes. Oh yeah, that's good. Anything caramel flavored is gonna be a 10 out of 10. Something that I think is a major key that's just not talked about enough is a Brita. If you're drinking tap water, I'm judging you. And if I go to your home and you offer me tap water, I'm also judging you. It doesn't have to be the Brita brand by any means, but having clean, cold water, it's so important. I really like this one too because it's like, I think it's 18 or 20 gallons. I feel like recently I've gotten a lot of like, how would I even describe it? Content from social media managers about making content. I feel like my hair just looks weird. But anyways, it's always really interesting to hear how other people conceptualize content making, because I think it's oftentimes thought of as like a linear thing, but in reality it really is a case to case basis. Like, one, not everyone or every brand wants to reach like influencer status, nor needs to reach that status in order to become noteworthy in their field, I guess. Like, some niches are just so small that like your 2,000 followers really are hitting. Wow, this actually did elevate my hair quite enough. This is the mesh bandana. You can get this and not these scrunchies, but some scrunchies on my website. These are my favorite scrunchies in all of life. And I'll tell you what makes them different. Well, my invitation sends. So most crochet scrunchies, they literally just crochet around the elastic. Actually, I'll show you them better. All right, that was a lot harder to show. Imagine that this is a regular scrunchie, like a hair tie. Instead of crocheting a single crochet, this being this one is actually insane, but instead of this being a single, like I do a single crochet around this and then I just do the amount of double crochets I want for it to be as voluminous as this. No, my typical approach to crochet is not like a crocheter, but actually as like a sewer. The easiest way to explain it is that I think of crochet as me just making the fabric. Is it a lot more work? Yes, it is a lot more work, but I think the outcome looks better in my opinion. It's time to address the elephant in the room. Yesterday I did in fact unravel all the progress I've made on the flare portion of these pants. It was something that had to be done. I will say that it is increasing a lot better now. Is it very frustrating that I essentially deleted a day and a half's worth of progress? Yes, but I feel like that's just kind of the nature of crochet. Me and my boyfriend got into a conversation about that yesterday, and he was like, I just don't understand, like, you spent so much time working on that, how can you just unravel it? And it's not that I want to unravel it, but my goal isn't to just like crochet something, it's to crochet the perfect pants. And now I already know these aren't going to be perfect because the fit isn't exactly perfect, but I'm going to make them as perfect as I can make them, you know? And you know, it's not ideal. It does sometimes feel like I wasted, you know, my time and stuff when I do things like that, but at the end of the day, I would rather unravel it while I'm still in the process, in the hopes that I won't want to unravel it in the future, instead of fully complete it and then decide I completely hate the pants and just unravel it. You know, like in either scenario, I would end up unraveling it. So it is what it is. That does delay my timeline a little bit. I think I'm gonna crochet for a little bit. I don't think I'm gonna upload the YouTube video for the magazine just because it would be like going up a little bit later than I would prefer. Instead, I'll probably crochet for like 30-ish to an hour and then work on the posts for my one clients. And yeah, the saga continues. A lot of my favorites that are doing Vlogmas are posting videos today, like, we're considering quitting, blah blah, and I get it. I can't imagine, like, this is obviously my first year. Would I do it next year? Potentially. I feel like it might be more interesting. It's been a while, but I got my vlog up. I'm just kind of feeling really tired. I think I took like an hour-long nap. Craziness. The Chipotle was really good, but I'm still really hungry. And I'm feeling a little bit more awake, so I think I'm going to crochet for a little bit, of course. Also, I did not end up getting work done for my clients. I did post for the magazine though. I did not do my other tasks for the magazine. Those are my updates.